All right, so while we wait for Sarah to enter the meeting, why don't I tell you a little bit about why this episode is in English? So usually my videos are in Swedish and then I have English subtitles. But today my guest is English speaking. So naturally we will be speaking English and I will have to add Swedish subtitles instead. So that's going to be fun and a twist of how we do it, hopefully fun. And I'm really looking forward to this episode. Hi, Sarah. Super welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here. Why don't you just start by telling the viewers who you are and what you do?
Hi, Linnea. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me. We're going to have a good time today. So I'm Sarah Stevick. Hello. I am a senior instructional designer, and I like free stuff. I like free tools because, as we all know, sometimes it's like, okay, well, I need to make this and I need to make that, but how do I do it on a budget and quickly? And so I'm just really excited to be here. And I make a lot of stuff for teachers looking to transition into instructional design or other L&D pathways. So if you're interested in that, feel free to look up our website at www.teachlearndev.org.
And I will put a link in the what is it called? Description. I'm going to put a link in the description for that.
Yep.
So you don't have to remember how to spell it or anything.
Perfect.
Okay, good. So we both were speakers at a conference about 2 weeks ago. Welcome into the Awesome. And I loved your session. It was all about like free and cheap tools. And I was like, I always talk about free tools as well. This is amazing. We have to do something like collab. So that's how we ended up here, which I'm so excited about. And I thought like, we're going to do this as a series. So it's going to be 4 parts. So for everyone watching this episode, we're going to get into like why free and you know, a little bit about this and that. And then we're going to go into 3 videos where we talk more about different kinds of tools. So please look out for those. And when they're all done, there will be a playlist. So you can look at that. And please share this with your friends if they like free tools or just don't know that there are free tools and are being ripped off at the moment.
Or who don't know that they love free tools as much as we love free tools.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah,
so what made you gravitate towards free tools like in the beginning?
Sure. So like I said, I used to be a teacher. I was a high school teacher for 9 years in the United States. And teachers in the United States, we don't really have a large budget, to be put kindly. And so we always had to kind of scrap it together, get images and find ways to deliver learnings in ways that were engaging and new and fresh. And so on a teacher's budget, if it's for free, it's for me. And it just makes it intimidating when tools cost so much money. You know, think about our big authoring tools and you're shelling out thousands of dollars a year maybe. And it's just not realistic for someone who might just be getting started or in freelance or you know, just looking to do different things, building a portfolio and wanting to have a wide variety of different things in your portfolio. And you want to try new things, but you don't want to buy new things. So try before you buy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's really important. And also before you know if you're going to need them or not, like you usually need to buy a year, right? You can't just buy a month, which is one of my pet peeves. Like, why can I not buy this authoring tool for 2 months? Because that's all I'm going to need. I'm having this project. It's going to be 2 months. And then I'm not going to use it again, possibly ever. I don't want to buy a year.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, if I end up buying something, I will find ways to use it.
No, I get that. But I mean,
No, I'm with you. It should be an option. Like,
and I don't mind if that's a bit more expensive, right? Because it's going to be less expensive because I only need the 2 months. So, but yeah, so that's that's something. And I mean, for me, getting into free tools, I was working at an L&D like department for an enormous company, but it's a government-owned company. and it kind of prides itself with, you know, not wasting your tax money, which is nice, but that also means
It
as the training
translates to different
department,
areas
yeah, and that
when we
also,
don't utilize tax dollars.
yeah, I mean, but I mean, I don't think it's that much money in the grand scheme of things, but when
Right.
everyone's
It's like
kind
when
of
you're driving down
saving.
the road and it's bumping and you're like, I'm saving so many tax dollars. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is so great.
Right.
But so that's, I guess, and also because we were developing and we hadn't done like e-learning or video and stuff like that before, and we were working towards, you know, starting to do that. But
Was this at the start of the pandemic?
no, this was 2014.
Oh, good.
So it was a while ago. And but we were sort of moving towards, you know, first more video, and then, you know, okay, well, where do we host this? And then, you know, always having the vision of getting an LMS, but never getting the budget to have an LMS. So
Oh, dear.
they have one now, actually, like
Well,
8 years
winning.
later, something like that, 7 years later. But it was quite a while. And so I found that the only way to get the real tool was to show them how great the things we could make with the tool would be. But that meant I had to make it some other way.
Yes.
And then maybe keep doing it that way if it's a good way. So that's when I started, you know, Googling, Pinteresting tools, just looking for anything, everything free.
Love it. That's a
Yeah,
great segue into free, you know,
yeah,
like, and we, at my place of work, we are a larger corporation as well.
yeah.
And we have a bunch of different L&D shops throughout our company.
Mm,
And we, in my L&D shop, I'm the only instructional designer. And we had a similar kind of thing where, okay, well, I know we need something to help learn this new platform. So it's a new technology, it's a SaaS platform, so it's constantly evolving. And so I've spent the last couple of months really just researching different ways to do that. And I've come across a whole gamut of different things.
mm,
The best of what I've seen is the digital adoption platform. So like WalkMe and
mm.
that kind of thing. And then it kind of tiers down from there. So you can take, I found a way to take in Articulate Storyline, you can put an iframe
Mm.
over a website, you bring it up behind it, and you have the iframe and it has the directions.
Mm.
But that only works if it's not blocked, which a lot of companies block iframes just because it's a way that it's less security, people can get in and
Yeah, no, that's
so.
that. Yeah, I hate it when you can't use iframes. I go crazy. I'm like, how am I supposed to merge everything?
I need it all on one screen. And
Yeah,
that's where digital adoption platforms come in, you know, so
yeah,
it lays right on top of the website itself and you build the pathways. It's, if you've ever gone on like PayPal or that kind of thing, or even Google, like it walks you through and you click the little button, here's where you do this. And you're like, okay, okay. And then you can always revisit those tutorials.
mm,
That's what a digital adoption platform does. It's pretty cool.
so cool. Okay, we should do an episode about just that. We have to get back to that because that's amazing, and I feel like so many people could use that. but,
Yes.
but
And
let's
there's
stick with the
a
free stuff
wide
right
range.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you could have like just one free tool, which one would it be?
Like one that I know of or
One that you
one
know
that,
of.
okay. I was
We
like,
could do the
my
fantasy
perfect free
one,
tool.
the perfect free tool. Yeah, we could do that next.
Ah, geez. You know, that's such a hard question. If I had to choose,
Yeah.
and everything else I would have to pay for,
Yeah.
I would have to really say it's called EdApp. And EdApp is an LMS system, but it's also a course authoring tool, and it's compatible with any device. It was made specifically for mobile devices, but you can access it from your computer. It works just fine. But what's great about it is that you can make content, it's interactive, and you can host it for free. The learners can get on for free. You know, it just lets you do a little bit of everything in one tool. And it incorporates Canva. So I'm going to count that as also free because it's part of my free tool. So that I would get both those for free.
Okay, good. Yeah.
How about
Cheap, but
you?
okay. Yeah, Canva's probably high on my list as well. I don't know, my absolutely favorite free tool right now is OBS.
Oh, tell me about that one.
So OBS is a streaming and screen recording software. So I'm actually, my camera is coming through OBS right now. So that means I can do fun things like add banner or
an
like,
embedded
yeah, it just sort of
software.
streams with all of the stuff, and I can remove my camera to just share my screen if I want to.
So this is funny. I actually have an OBS Studio. I
Yeah.
just forgot that's what it was called.
Yeah, okay, good. So
But
anyway,
it's on my desktop. I was like, I have a tool just like that.
yeah, wait, yeah, it's the same. But what you can also do, and I don't have a PDF or a PowerPoint up right now, but what you can do is you can also like have half of your screen be presentation, right? And half of your screen be, well, something else. So
that's awesome.
I can sort of be in frame, right, while showing stuff.
Have you seen the new Zoom feature?
I'm not sure I have, no.
Linnea, let me tell you. There's a way.
There is a thing, yeah.
There's a thing. So now you can embed yourself on top of your presentation when you're sharing your screen.
I know that. Yeah, that one I knew. Okay, yes.
That's
I
cool.
like that, but I just feel like you get so blurry.
True, the green screening.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I have a real green screen up and that really helps. But otherwise, the reason I love OBS is because I don't need the green screen. Yeah. You know, I have full control. I even have like a PowerPoint template to go with how I've ratioed the screen for OBS.
You'll have to share that with us.
Yeah, but it's basically just a PowerPoint where I've added a black box to show where there's where my video will be.
Nice.
Right. And then just
I was actually thinking of that, like keeping the little bottom corner just blank, and then it's like, you go here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I do that in the PowerPoint template, and that way I don't have to think about where am I going to be, because I have like a few different like scenes, it's called, in OBS. And so I have presentation like for that, like different.
What I really like about that is, so you can use that for live streaming. So if you're doing live streaming on YouTube or anything like that. But what's really neat is, let's say you make an intro video in like Canva or Windows Editor or whatever, and then you just add that as a scene and you play the intro video, and then you skip to the next scene, which is you. So it introduced you, and you don't even have to do all that work.
Yeah. And I mean, I started doing this because I was doing a lot of online teaching, like a lot of virtual online training. And I was just so tired of having to adapt to all the different tools.
Yeah. There's so many options.
There's so many options. And also sometimes there are not enough options. And so
too many options of what we don't need and not enough options of what we do.
Yes. So I felt like this was just my way of getting control, I guess, because I don't feel like showing a PowerPoint is that useful at all times. And I want my sort of face in there to make it personal. And this way I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because when we're engaging and we're moving our bodies around and we have inflection of voice and they can see your animated features and they're like,
and I'm kind of theatrical, you know, so I need my scene to do my thing. Exactly. Yeah, all right. Well, okay, I think we're going to wrap this up and move on to the next episode. But is there any like tool you want to shout out? Like, if you have not seen this, you are missing out. Please go Google this right now.
To me, it's, I mean, hands down, flaticon.com. Flaticon, it's just beast because it has so many free icons. And a huge thing that I see in a lot of, especially beginner instructional designers or career changers, which I was myself, so guilty as charged, is a lack of consistency with the type of icon. So if you use one line weight for one icon, you have to use those consistently throughout. And sometimes it can be tricky to find icons that match. So Flat Icon has like free packs. It has tons and tons and tons of free ones. And then you can edit all of the components to it. So you can edit the color, you can edit what JPEG size you downloaded in, you can put a square or circle or whatever you want behind it of any color. It's amazing.
Yeah. And if that is not enough, you can download it to edit in Illustrator as well.
You can download so the vector
parts
image
of it or add things to it. Like I love Flat Icon. I actually pay for it because I love it so much.
I do too, which is cheap.
It's cheap, but I mean,
it's not expensive.
The free stuff is great. I just don't have space to put all the attributions everywhere. I just want to get that over with. But I used to use it for free and now I pay for it. Anyway, I sometimes will download like 3 different icons or like images and sort of merge different parts of them because there is nothing specifically
quite like
what I want.
Yep.
So, and yeah, you can do that. That's a good shout. And I mean,
what about you?
Oh, wow. I feel like if someone is still sleeping on Canva, like that is sad, and it's time to wake up and just get a free account because it's amazing and there are no watermarks. You can make presentations and websites and videos and images and GIFs, and there's just no end to it. And they keep evolving. I was in there just a couple of days ago, and they've added, so now you can add movement to every element separately.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is a game changer. Like, soon we're not going to need anything else
in Canva.
Yeah, no, but soon, I mean, you come to the point where you're like, if you were to start a training department, right, or if you were new to L&D, start your own company, you could probably make most stuff in Canva for your clients as well.
I would caution though, if you are newer to L&D, stay away from the templates out of the box. Make sure that you're changing up, Nico, make sure you're changing up like the colors and the layout, the fonts, use those for inspiration and build off of it. That's completely fine.
I always just start with an empty template. I just feel like they get in my way because I just have to remove so many things, but they're fun to look at. So yeah, I would say that too. Don't use the templates, but I mean, you can make really good videos. Now you can add voiceover as well. So you can actually make like real instructional videos there and they look really good.
That's awesome.
And you can do that with the free version.
Yeah, right? there's quite a few free video editors as well. I think the only thing about the free version of Canva for me, well, there's a couple of things. The first thing is that it doesn't, like if I do a presentation, I don't deliver it in Canva, I have to download it as JPEG. So I couldn't edit it outside of Canva. So that part I'm like, so, but the other part is, and this is a really sad day, the company that I work for blocks it.
Oh, wow. Why would they do that? That's just mean.
So and it has to do with confidential proprietary information, because you can put that in the actual platform and other people, if you publish it wrong, like could see it. And so that's, if you work for a company that has a lot of restrictions, just know Canva might be blocked, but one that's not blocked is Visme, VISME.com. And you get 5 free presentations, but again, I don't create in there. I look at it for inspiration. I find the fonts that I want and I like kind of play and lay it out almost like a drawing board, and then I recreate it.
That's a good idea. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this episode up and we're going to be back in about a week. And then we're going to talk about like where you could host your learning without having any budget at all.
Yeah, sounds great.
Come back. Yeah. Please comment and tell Sarah how amazing she is. And if you like this video, please give it a like and please come back for more.